just had a delivery, and push rods for the Fordishi came in. Here, I'll show you. I guess he ordered the milling ones instead of comp cam ones, but they are the same size, 3/8, and the same length, 8.686, which is exactly the size of the comp cam ones. Milling makes good engine parts too, so. The only thing I see is that these are multi-piece push rods instead of solid ones, instead of one piece, but they should hold up for what he's doing. And the fact they're going to have hydraulic lifters now, which is supposed to be in tomorrow, that should take care of his engine. And we're going to pull rockers. We're going to attempt to use rockers off the 351. What I'm seeing, rockers from a 289, 351, a 400, 429, and a 460 are all the same rockers. But I went and pulled one of the rockers off my 351 block that's sitting out in the junkyard and put it on there, and it does fit and bolt right up, but they're a hair shorter in length than what the rockers are that are currently on my 460. Or on the Fordishi's 460, my son's 460. So they're riding on they're halfway on the valve stem where they should be, but when it starts pumping up and down, that may change. So I'm not sure that if it's going to stay on the valve stem or not, because they're a hair shorter. We're going to go ahead and just put one in when we get the lifters and get it set up correctly, get the cam lobe in the correct direction, and turn the engine over a few times to see where it's riding on the rocker. If it's riding on the very, very edge of it, then under high RPM, that's not going to work. It's going to possibly slip off and hit the valve stem and bend the valves, and don't want that. So I may end up still having to get new rockers for it. We will see. Howdy, y'all. I'm give you a walk around of the upcoming projects we got coming up here. One is I just took Frankenstein out, and it stalled and wouldn't start back up, wouldn't even try. And so I checked the fire, and I've gotten an intermittent spark coming off the coil, and that's it. So something just either happened to my brand new coil or distributor, not sure which, but I got to figure out that, find out what happens. Brand new flamethrower coil and distributor system for that engine. About 400 bucks altogether, and they might have 20 miles of driving on them total with all the trail driving, and it should not have died that fast. So that's got to get checked out. Now we're going to walk over another way. All right. The Joiner 1600. This is the Ford Joiner is what I was calling it. It's a Joiner 650 sand spider, but I took the 650 out after I rebuilt the engine, put a brand new distributor and carburetor and everything on it, and did the valve lash and changed the piston rings, put a brand new alternator on it. It doesn't look like it now, but it was, and got all that done. And then I went ahead and took that out and threw in this Ford 1.6 liter that I had out of a 1980 Ford Fiesta MK1, which is a European vehicle, European Ford Fiesta. And I need a carburetor for it. It runs and I drive it, but the carburetor's crap. I tried tearing it apart, cleaning it up, rebuilding it, but the top plate is warped. And I got it so it's sealing around the outside, but the inside where it crosses over is still warped and it won't go down. There's nothing that holds it down. So it leaks through there the whole time, leaks gas out in places it shouldn't be leaking, and so it's not a good carburetor. I just need to get another one altogether. Now we're gonna go on to the next project. All right, flipping you around. This is a 96 Jeep Grand Cherokee that I'm gonna fix up for my daughter. Right now it's got 33s on it and a small lift on it. I don't know what size. That's how it came. And Rough Rider suspension, front and rear. Oh, Rough Country, sorry, not Rough Rider, Rough Country. And a cold air intake, which looks like that filter needs to be cleaned. But what I got to do to this, I'm changing out the transfer case. This has got a T249 in it, which is four-wheel drive all the time. And I got a buddy of mine that gave me a T246 so I can have two-wheel drive. It'll still pull the front axles and stuff when I'm driving, but the transfer case will be in neutral and the power will be going to the rear tires and not trying to pull the front and the rear at the same time. And I got new U-joints already in for it. Or what else I need to do? Oh yeah, all the bushings on the track bars underneath, they all need to be replaced. That's 16 bushings. And the interior is all falling down. Like the door panels are all coming loose and falling off. It's a very common problem for these vehicles. It's got one dent here in the driver's side, and that makes the doors hard to open. Must have been a bar in there, I'm guessing. It's got 2-inch wheel spacers on it. It's got the 5.2 liter 318 Dodge with Dana 30 front and rear. It just needs to be gone through every piece of it and fixed up and get it back going. It runs and drives good. This has been our daily for a while, but it needs some love. Like all the headlights are twisted and crap and you know, stuff like that. All right, now moving on to the next one, my favorite one. Now I know it doesn't look like much right now, but I've got big plans for it. It's gonna be my first ever drag car. It's probably gonna be trapping in the 15s, I'm guessing, but I'm gonna plan on making it a 10-second car. That's my dream. That's what I'm running for. That's what I'm going for. Let me flip this around. It's a 89 Buick Riata. All the windows are broke out of it except the driver's window. And currently it's got a 3.8 in it with an automatic transmission, front wheel drive, but all that's coming out. Gonna get the conversion kit for the front and make it regular wheels, the steering and all that. And I got a Ford 8.8 that's going in the back. And I got a C4 that I'm gonna build and put a shift kit in it. It's already a good transmission. It's fine for like daily driving, the C4 is, but it came out of a motor home. But I want to build the transmission to hold some horsepower. Then I got to get skinnies in the front and some meats on the back and new suspension and a roll cage. And the engine that I have for it is actually a 302 50, but it's going to be bored to 30 over, and I've got an Eagle stroker kit for it, fully balanced, pistons, flywheel, everything, or flex plate, and it'll make right up to the C4 that I have already, because it came with, that's when it actually came out of it. And I got this entire interior out, get everything out of it, get pins for the trunk, and get a fuel tank put in there in the back, get rid of the stock one, pretty much got everything, you know, get the roll cage welded in good. And this is gonna be, I'm really looking forward to this. This is my favorite thing that I've been trying to get closer and closer to doing, but every time I get ready where I want to start tearing the insides of this out, something else breaks in somebody else's vehicle and I'm back in the shop helping out. The Fordishi is finally up and going awesome. We got the hydraulic lifters in there, and we ended up going with 8.62 inch push rods, comp cams, high energy, 5/16, not even 3/8, but it works for now, and the thing is running great now. Lots of power. Son's already taken it to town and back a couple times. You know, the dual quads on that, I think it's drinking a lot more fuel than it needs to. I think we need to put the jets down a couple sizes there. Do a little better tuning on it. I mean, it runs great and has lots of power, but it took him a quarter of a tank to go like 20 miles. 10 miles to town, 10 miles back. So that's a lot of fuel. What do you expect, you know, dual quads on a 7.5, you know, and a large Mother Thumper cam in there, the largest they had. Comp Cam's Mother Thumper. Yeah, I think that's about where we're at right now. I think the first thing that's going to be getting done, I'm not even sure where to start. That's the truth. So, but I'll let you know as we do it, we'll be recording. Alright guys, about ready to pull the drag car build inside the garage. Start tearing it and gutting it down, getting it prepped, getting everything taken off of it. I got to put some gas in it first so I could start it up. So I got a gallon of gas I'm going to go ahead and throw in it. And got to bring the other truck around, jump start the battery, put the battery in its garbage. And we'll go from there. Alright, finally got the car in the garage. I didn't record it, it was being a pain in the butt. Wasn't wanting to stay running after I started it each time. Never done that before, but it sure smelled like turpentine. Really bad while it was running, so I'm sure it's just bad fuel in the tank. But all that's coming out anyway, so it doesn't matter. There's the project. Once I get the entire interior gutted and get the trunk open, since I don't have a key, oh, I do have a key for the trunk. Huh. Guess I can open it, see what's in there, I have no idea. Let me see, let me find that key. I think it's right in the windshield, yep. Alright, let's see. Hopefully there's no like dead bodies or something in here. That'd be horrible. Where you put this? Looks like somebody has ruined the lock to the truck. And it's not turning it. Huh. Let me try an ignition key. Nope, that won't go in at all, just the trunk key goes in. But it's not turning it. Someone must have really screwed this lock up. Joy. Yep, how do you turn it? Well, I guess I won't get to see what's in the trunk yet. Joy to the world. Oh, let's see, can I stand up? Oh. Yeah, I gotta get the shop back in here with the screwdriver, pick out all this glass from all the busted windows, get the door panels off, get the dash out, steering wheel, center console, seats, strip it all the plastic out of it, everything out, including these stock seat belts are gone, because it's going to be getting a 5-point harness for the driver's side. All this wiring, for the most part, except for headlights, tail lights, just the interior lights and the ignition wire. I'm going to try to keep the ignition wires so I can still start it from that ignition. Just replace the steering wheel with a slip on and off. And this, well, at least it's finally in the garage. Got this far anyways. A lot of work to do to get it stripped down, a whole day's work probably. But I have to run to town right now, take my daughter shopping, so, and get the dogs some food. They're almost out. So I think that's about it for right now. This is gonna be fun. I am really excited about actually building this into a drag car, getting the body sandblasted, getting it painted. And I haven't decided exactly on a name for this car yet, or a color, but I'm thinking, I don't know, I'm thinking along the line of calling it radioactive and painting it like a bright lime green with black trim and stuff, black interior in the seats, and Oh, Frankenstein's black and green with green. I think this is going to be green with black. And we're going to put radioactive on it. That's what I'm thinking. Alright, y'all. I'm going to leave it off for here until I get busy on this thing. Have a good one.